Last week was an incredible week when it comes to understanding the dynamics of the stock market, the economy, and what that means for your portfolio. So we have a lot to get to today. I want to welcome you as we explore not only the focuses of what we have going on with your portfolio, but the reasons why things are changing so dramatically with the stock market, the economy, and then the outlook for what's to come for the rest of 2024. Now here at Lions Wealth, we go through many different elements. Now that also comes out into, well, investment planning, what we've been talking about, but also the advanced planning when it comes to everything related to wealth protection, wealth enhancement, wealth transfer, charitable giving, and wealth preservation. So we're going to get to that right now. First up, number one, economic and stock market risks. Let's dive deep into the economy and some of the signals that we're seeing, and more importantly, that are changing. You see, we see a lot of really interesting things when it's starting to come with respect to the Federal Reserve, as well as what's going on in the job market. And what we're really starting to see now is that not only the election cycle really starting to pick up, but also jobs. Jobs have been something that we've seen really start to pick up and go into a seasonally weak period of time, and that alone is reason to make a lot of changes with the overall stock market, economy, and our thought process going forward. You see, what happens is that when we take a look at the growth of our economy, when we take a look at the inflation that's out there, and then we take a look at all the other dynamics, we really get a good understanding of what's to come. Now, up until last week, mathematically, we were in what we call lead 4 stage. Now, this is our Lions Wealth Economic Activity and Development Stage 4, which would be a decrease of the overall economy and a decrease of inflation. However, we are now seeing some different elements start to creep up where mathematically we could actually start to shift into a lead 1 stage. And that is where we have growing aspects of our economy and growing aspects of inflation, but albeit at a very moderate pace. So that could be a very good place to be. And if that ends up being true for the first quarter, then mathematically we could actually see this for the next 3 quarters. So we could have an incredibly interesting year when it comes to the overall economy. So that is really what we want to be talking about as we dive into some of the changes that are happening. That ties into number 2, portfolio changes. Now, in response to a lot of what we're seeing here, there's a lot that's going on with respect to your portfolio as well. And there's going to be some changes. Now, first of all, we've seen the bond market really start to become uninvestable again. And this has only been the last 2 weeks, because it was not only just in the first part of January, but also up to about the middle of January, bonds were actually going to be a great place to be invested. But now, with the changing of our economy, they may not be, especially long-term bonds, the ones that we were counting on for protection. So what can we be looking towards? Well, we've been in healthcare, and that's been an incredibly great place to be, and one you should be considering more of. And when I say it this way, when we want to tap the vein of stability with that, maybe that's true, maybe that's not, but it's just kind of a funny way of looking at things as well. There is a lot there. Now, other than healthcare, emerging markets, particularly India, has been one that we've been focusing on for the past, about 7 or 8 months. And there's great opportunities there. But there's also ones that are starting to merge with Australia. There's ones with Denmark and many other countries that are really starting to show signs of life. Now, I said the bond market is really uninvestable, and I did mean long-term bonds. Short-term bonds, on the other hand, may still be a great place to be invested as they go up with inflation expectations and with what the Federal Reserve is doing by either raising or maintaining interest rates. Well, besides that, we have aerospace and defense as well, consumer staples, And there's a lot of other areas that are really starting to show some potential for resilience and good places to be invested. So what you're starting to see is that we're starting to broaden out into different areas that we can be invested into. Number 3, wealth management and advanced planning. Our approach has really been to look at all the different areas of wealth management, and we focus on many different areas of legacy building as well. Now there's elements of advanced planning that go into not only just ones of your wealth and how to maintain and protect that, but also charity. Think about a charitable remainder trust in this way, that it optimizes your tax benefits while you can actually earn income in a meaningful way through your philanthropic endeavors. So what I mean by this is that there's a way here with the charitable remainder trust that we can be receiving income for you or for your loved ones. So think about it as taking care of the ones that you care about. But then we can also be putting money aside for the charities that you care about, the organizations that you care about, ensuring that they're taken care of. And you get the charitable deduction. So there's a lot there for not only tax planning, income planning, and providing for the ones and the organizations that you care about. It's a great way to look towards the future. Number 4, our second opinion service. This is really one that we've been diving into recently because it's very important. Now our second opinion service is for the ones that you care about. And what we do here is take a look at where they're at today, where they want to go in the future, and we really take a look at any gaps that exist. Now for those that you care about, whether they're your coworkers or even your family and friends, what we do then is really walk through those gaps and put a plan in place so they can understand where they're at and how to close those gaps. Now, as you have the desire to have someone go through the second opinion service, reach out to us. We'd be happy to take them and lead them through this opportunity and really show them where they can be making some adjustments, but also, more importantly, where they've already done great and that they've already had those gaps closed and that they can feel, hopefully, confident about the future. With that, have a great rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you soon.